The conventional viewpoint on challenges and growth is a facade that demands scrutiny. This widely accepted narrative champions adversity as a catalyst for personal development, perpetuating the myth that overcoming obstacles is a sign of strength. However, it's time to confront the harsh reality. This perspective fails to serve the greater good of society. Exploring the conventional view. The triumph of personal resilience. Challenges are frequently lauded as opportunities for individuals to cultivate resilience, problem-solving skills, adaptability, and perseverance. Mark's narrative, while inspiring, conceals the systemic barriers that plague countless individuals, rendering this perspective woefully incomplete. The top 1% perspective. For the privileged elite, growth translates to amassing wealth, taking audacious risks, and amassing influence and power. While this approach may yield individual success, it unforgivably exacerbates income inequality, denying access and opportunities to the masses. Deconstructing the top 1% perspective. Wealth accumulation and its discontents. The ceaseless pursuit of wealth and power culminates in a grotesque wealth gap, stifling social mobility and entrenching economic disparities. Entrepreneurship and risk-taking, though celebrated, systematically exclude those without the means to venture into these high-stakes realms. Luxury is a marker of success. The fixation on opulence and extravagance epitomizes a society consumed by materialism and exclusivity. This obsession obscures more substantive avenues of growth and fulfillment, relegating personal development to a hollow pursuit. Redefining growth for a collective good. Embracing inclusive growth. Instead of sugarcoating challenges as individual triumphs, we must dismantle the oppressive structures that perpetuate inequality. Inclusive growth necessitates dismantling barriers and forging opportunities that are accessible to all, irrespective of their starting point. Balancing personal success with social responsibility. Celebrating personal growth is essential, but not at the expense of collective welfare. Those who have tasted success must bear the responsibility of utilizing their influence and resources to uplift society at large. A call to action. It's time to shatter the illusion that individual triumphs are a panacea for societal progress. The prevailing narrative masks the systemic injustices that breed inequality, perpetuating a cycle of unearned advantages for the privileged few. This aggressive perspective asserts that personal growth should not be pursued at the expense of the collective good. It demands that the top 1% acknowledge their role in perpetuating these disparities and take concrete steps to rectify them. In this aggressive stance, it's crucial to recognize that challenges are not merely personal hurdles to surmount. They are manifestations of a deeply flawed system that thrives on inequity. It's time to confront the uncomfortable truth that the prevailing notion of growth through adversity serves as a smokescreen, concealing the stark realities of systemic oppression. As we assail this conventional viewpoint, we must relentlessly pursue inclusive growth. This entails dismantling the structural barriers that perpetuate inequality and working towards a society where opportunities are not confined to the privileged. It's a call for radical change, demanding that we prioritize the collective good over individual success. In this new paradigm, success will be redefined not by the size of one's bank account, but by the positive impact one has on society. The top 1% must accept their responsibility as custodians of change, using their wealth and influence to level the playing field. This aggressive stance leaves no room for complacency, calling on the privileged to actively dismantle the systems that have granted them undue advantages. In conclusion, it's time to expose the fallacy of growth through adversity. This aggressive perspective demands accountability from the top 1% and calls for a radical reevaluation of success. We must reject the notion that personal triumphs are sufficient for societal progress. It's time to tear down the walls of inequality and forge a path towards inclusive growth for all. Only then can we truly claim to be a society that champions the collective good over individual gain.